That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've noticed one thing about you guys is that each record sounds completely different from the next. Like, A Deeper Understanding is so much different than Living the Dream. What's the process behind it? How much does it have to do with what you're going through in your own experience?
Well, I think you try to, the last record, Lost in the Dream, was, we hadn't really turned into the same kind of live experience that we turned into 2 years after. So this record was kind of more, it wasn't really live at all, but it was a little bit more about these six of us playing together and kind of trying to get the sound of what it feels like to kind of be on stage with a band, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to make it more of not a rock record, but just more of a record that reflected kind of where the live thing was at.
Because you guys
without
went on
trying
tour.
to go into the studio and do it that way. That's stressful. It's already stressful. I mean, more
Wait, it was
stress.
with Sean Everett was this the first time you guys worked with Sean Everett?
Yeah.
I love this
My
album.
spirit animal.
Is
Yeah.
he? A lot of people's. But didn't you guys tour for like a year and a half straight?
Yeah.
So there was like no
great.
breaks in between.
There were some breaks. There was one break, yeah.
Do you think the Day of the Dead collaboration widened your audience?
First time we ever played Touch of Grey was in 2011 in Indianapolis. We played it. We were talking about playing it. And then, you ready? You strapped in?
Yeah.
And then we played it in sound check for a minute. And then we played it during the show. And I didn't know the words. So we played like 3 verses. But then the next day it was online that we played Touch of Grey. And then the next night in Chicago, there was like way in the back, it was like kind of a small club, there was like 4 or 5 like, Europe 72 grippers, like just waiting for Touch of Grey, like kind of, I get it, arms like boulders, I get it, Lost in the Dream, whatever, like just play the song. We're here for this. So I think, and then the compilation came out like 2.5 years later. I guess that's it. I don't know. It definitely widens the audience.
Like, that's the story behind it? That's
crazy,
what happened?
it's a pretty, vast compilation.
Yeah, it has like 59 tracks on it
Yeah.
or something. Was it the National who asked you guys to be on it?
Yeah, it was Aaron. They had the idea like in 2011. And I said, but you have to, very adamant about only doing Touch of Grey. You have to put it on hold for us.
It sounded great, though. I mean, it's amazing.
At
Everybody
the last
loved
minute,
it.
I wanted to do a different song, but
You
I'm happy
did?
we
Which
ended up
song?
doing Touch of Grey. Anything but Touch of Grey. At the last minute. But then I love our version. I think it's great. But it was recorded in like 9 different places. Like started the drum machine one place, and then we did it some here, and it was kind of this thing we kept doing like in between tours, or we'd have a day, we'd kind of like work on it. So it always felt like it was chaotic, but I hear it now sometimes, like in Chipotle, and like it sounds good. It's cool.
Like, that's us?
Hey, we all go to Chipotle. Except, I don't.
Who doesn't
but
love Chipotle?
You do.
Yeah, the best.
I might.
Can we talk a little bit about the video for Holding On?
Sure.
Because it's really, really good. I read
Talk
that the
about this input jack
concept
for a
came
second.
from Kristen Ritter. Is that
Yeah.
true? What?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
We're looking at a bunch of different treatments, and then she just realized that they didn't really feel like what the band sounded like, So she came up with that idea in like 5 minutes.
Really?
And then it was like pretty much from that moment to shooting was like 9 or 10 days.
How did you get the guy from The Wire on board?
That was the director, Brett. When he decided to do the video, he immediately thought that Frank would be a good choice. They asked me to call him, to bring in, like the heavy hitter to call him. He got to work with Frankie. It was awesome.
That's cool.
He read the treatment. He felt really connected to it, and he showed up and he was prepared, and he was like next level committed to it.
And you got to be in it too. You did a good job. That was a good acting job.
Interesting.
It was a good cameo.
It was an interesting job.
Another thing I wanted to ask you guys is, I feel like you guys are a band's band. You're like a musician's band.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, if you guys haven't listened to them with headphones on yet, I highly suggest it, because you guys are just such an amazing, tight band. And I'm wondering if you realize how many musicians are listening to you guys right now. Like, everybody I've asked, that you guys are what they're listening to right now.
Is this where like you turn on a screen and like Little Feet is like sitting around a table being,
Yes,
you know?
Little Feet specifically. Yeah. And Billy
No,
Gibbons
yeah,
from ZZ
we've
Top.
been doing it a long, that'd be awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're a band's band, I guess we're a regular, we're like a regular person's band.
Right.
So then the flip side would be the band's band would be our band.
And an excellent live band.
So, yeah, I mean, we love being together, I think, and
Is it okay if you guys play more music? How about some more music from the War on Drugs?